Good day, everyone. I'm Johanna Grace. I'm the fourth reporter of the Chapter 3 Identifying and Managing the Cost of BPO. Third project phase. The third project phase is called transition phase cost. The transition phase is one in which the business process that formerly had been handled in-house is wholly or in part shifted to the outsourcing vendor. Ang transition phase cost ay yung mga expenses or nagastos na lalabas during transition phase ng isang company. Sa tuwing nag-outsource tayo, may analysis and implementation. May kanya-kanyang expenses bawat phase. Tawag sa mga expenses na yon ay cost drivers na ating tatalakayin mamaya. Ang purpose ng pag-aaral ng mga expenses na ito sa bawat phase is para hindi tayo mabigla sa paglalabas ng pera. Kumbaga, monitor natin lahat ng expenses kaya hindi na tayo mahihirapan. Ang transition phase cost ay may mga cost drivers. Ang una doon ay ang asset ownership and location. The asset ownership and location driver concerns which firm will be better able to leverage people, technology, and other assets for competitive advantage and where those assets should be located. Sa cost driver na to, dito ina-analyze kung aling firm ang nasa posisyon na mag-handle ng tao, ng technology at ng iba pang assets na makakatulong sa company para makapag-produce ng goods or services na much better and more affordable than its rivals. One of the situation is when BPO buyer may want to retain all or part of its existing assets to continue to develop internal competence in the process. Existing assets means assets of the company existing at the issue date other than cash, cash equivalents, or inventory held for resale in the ordinary course of business, and including proceeds of any sales of such assets acquired in whole or in part which proceeds from the sale from the such assets. While internal competence is the business functions or operational activities that the company does best, it is also the resources and capabilities that allow the company to achieve profitability. Pwedeng ma-retain ng BPO buyer lahat or ang ibang parte ng kanyang existing assets. Sa pamamagitan nito, uunlad ang internal competence. For example, any firm pwede siyang mag-elect para mag-outsource ng part ng call center function sa vendor as a means of freeing internal call center staff time to improve the in-house operation. Next is depth of relationship. Depth of relationship refers to the cost associated with developing and maintaining a strategic relationship with a vendor. It should be noted that the commitment to developing such a relationship will be more costly depending on the expectation for value extraction. Ito naman ay tumutukoy sa expenses na kasama sa pag-maintain ng strategic relationship with vendor. Dapat nating tandaan na ang pag-develop ng relationship with the vendor ay mas magiging magastos depende sa expectation para sa value extractions. We can define value extraction as the capturing of value from other stakeholders, either outside or inside the corporation, by manipulating the competitive market process to company's advantage. Next is breadth of relationship. The breadth of relationship between buyer and vendor refers to the range of processes that are outsourced. In some cases, organizations outsource multiple functions to a single provider. Itong cost driver naman na to ay tumutukoy sa range ng processes na ina-outsource. May mga organizations na nag-outsource ng madaming functions sa isang provider at meron ding mga multiple providers na ginagamit sa range ng iba't ibang processes. Ang desisyon ang resulta about sa breadth of processes to outsource to a particular vendor ay parehong may direct and hidden cost. Mas mababa ang gastos kapag single provider for multiple processes. Next is third-party involvement. A potentially significant cost associated with the transition phase of the BPO initiative is based on the need for third parties to assist in the integration of both the vendors and the initiating organization systems. Ang mga maaaring gastos na kailangan sa transition phase ng BPO initiative ay nakabase sa mga kailangan ng third party or other transactions na involve ang ibang partners to assist in the integration of the vendor and the initiating organization system. For example, kapag yung dalawang company ay mayroong complex databases in different platforms, databases in real life are often very complex. A typical business database maintains hundreds of tables. Ang iba sa mga organization ay hindi pa nakakapag-upgrade ng kanilang system for several years. So, the vendor should be expect to provide transition management expertise for most systems. Pero hindi dapat mag-expect na magiging sobrang smooth ang transition kung ang organization na gustong mag-upgrade is outdated masyado or masyado ng luma ang databases and information architectures. In that case, third parties may be necessary to assist in upgrading and migrating the buyer organization's data to the vendor system. Process adaptation. Hidden costs associated with the transition phase center on the effects that outsourcing a process can have on employees who work outside that process. Sa process adaptation naman, pwedeng makaranas sa mga employees ng pag-a-adjust habang processing ang transition. Sa adjustment, hindi lang ito patungkol sa kailangan intindihin at bagong process. Kailangan ding makipag-communicate sa mga bagong tao at intindihin ang new systems. As usual, for organizational change for this magnitude, some people will take longer than others to adjust and some will simply resist changes altogether. How the process reverses negative effects. Although organization change creates possible productivity sapping dangers, the negative effect is usually reversed once the organization is clearly pursuing its new objectives. Sabi naman dito, once daw na ang organization ay pinursu ang new goals or objectives, mawawala daw yung negative effects.